Hello, everyone. This is Sue, and you're with Get Sold, and you know my special guest by now. So we were just going over the beautiful new reply we got. Our first, I'm ready. So we were really excited. I was able to just type in a response. Thank you. So I did respond to you, and thank you so very much, Maureen. Um, okay, so we'll do our usual first. For those who are watching, we do a little protection prayer, bring in some good energy so we're all together protected. Okay, so I'm going to start that now, and then we'll go into our topics. We have not really have an agenda tonight, so other than I'm ready and starting with some of that, I do want to ask Soul.2k about March energies because, ooh, I don't know about anybody else, but today I was dragging butt. Ha! It's my little joke. It was a slow day today. Okay, so let's go into our prayer. We're going to bring in Creator Source White Light. I'd like you to breathe in first. When you breathe in through your nose. Hold it for like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and then let it out. The reason we do that is because it brings in Creator Source energy. Beautiful, clean, white light, loving energy. And that gets us going. Okay, we're going to breathe again. Bring it in, bring it in. And let it out. Now we're going to let it go all the way down to our feet and out to Mother Earth, bringing it down right into the center of the earth. I always like to say hi to Mother Earth down there, and she has all beautiful crystals and stuff. So we come back up because we just want to bring that energy back up again, right up through our crown chakra, right back up. But I also want to expand it because we want to expand our love to everyone around us. So expanding 3, 6, 9, and beyond feet with this beautiful white light energy. I'm going to ask Regina to come in. Ask her to protect our spaces. Every one of you, protecting your spaces, protecting your person where you are, so that we can just all experience lots of love and light at this time. Okay, you ready to rock and roll?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. What do you want to start first with? I want to ask you about March energies because I know what I've been feeling. So go inside and just anything that the light wants to let us know what we need to do, what it's going to feel like, what the changes might be. Let me know.
Well, the first thing that I got was like why it was feeling like this. And first of all, I'll explain why it's feeling so weird or like so heavy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's because usually in the spirit world, March they have a tradition or celebration that every single soul celebrates that are out there in the soul world. Well, in March, and it's called the protect the blah, blah. Wait, what is it called?
Just go clarify, yep. Keeping in mind, you got to translate between where he's getting the information from out to
So the tree,
okay.
and this is referring to the tree of justice, which of course made the universe and stuff. So they celebrate this by usually so they plan on making planets. So they make in this month alone, the average month in an average month they usually make about like 1,000 planets. In this month they make 10,000 planets. 10,000.
Okay, but as far as us here on Earth goes, let's kind of bring it into like me and you and the next person. So how does that?
I'm leading up to it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And so lots of spirits are like sending out energy to help other spirits too.
Mm-hmm.
To go through all these like hard times because they or like productive and tiring times because they are working to like help spirits help guide spirits and like a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and all the energy that they're sending out to help other spirits are coming to us and other planets, people or beings on planets, and getting this kind of intense energy, or or like depending on what kind of energy they are sending out.
So as I've understood it, and I feel like is a lot of the old energies that have been sitting in us are being pushed out, pushed up, and pushed out, and that we are going to be experiencing changes, and that we also have to look out for what we're thinking, because apparently it's supposed to be a good month for manifesting, but you have to make sure you're manifesting what you want, not what you don't want. And when you're manifesting, you really have to go into your imagination and see what you want and focus on that, not what you do not want. So that's as I'm understanding it. So we're going to be a little all over the place, but the end result is, if you're starting something new, keep going and just manifest, or maybe that word gets overused, but just imagine of the things that you do want, and going through a few bumps is going to be required to get there. Okay, floor's yours.
So, like maybe I'm pretty sure like Wednesday or Thursday, I'm pretty sure Thursday night or Friday night, we talked about something about how the government, like some of the ways the government are influencing us and controlling us in ways that people don't really manifest. Like, these are famous ways. Like, these are fresh information.
Okay, all right. So yeah, because I just want to make sure we kind of like give a title to what you want to go into. So what you're basically saying is the shadow world of
Mhm.
what's been going on that we're starting to kind of see now. We're starting to be awakened. So go ahead. Wherever you want to begin.
All right. So the first thing is about they are modifying coconuts.
Oh,
And so how they're doing it is from
just go in, take the time to clarify. Coconuts are very healthy. And from what I understand, because they're closer to the sun, they have a lot of benefit. So that would make sense as far as one of the things that they might want to manipulate.
so the way they did this is that the thing inside coconut, so you know it's white, it's supposed to be actually pink.
Really?
And so they they modified it to be white to make it more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did is that white stuff that white stuff is a thing that it's a kind of toxin that they modified that is to becoming white. And this toxin, whenever we drink this, we're drinking in those toxins. And what those toxins do, they start to destroy all the stuff that your body needs.
Okay, are these certain companies, or is it just like, the big corporations that are usually pretty good at doing this stuff
Just the government, so all the corporations that are
that are
doing
tied
this
to
stuff.
the
Yeah.
government? Okay. All right, so maybe some of the local, more organic type growers aren't participating in this.
Yes.
Okay.
And another thing is that the way to make this is, again, it won't turn that pink because, well, the color kind of still stays there, but the way that you do this is by doing kind of like a prayer that will like clean out the toxins out of it, and it'll take out like 99% of the toxins.
Okay, so what do we do? Are we talking to the coconut because it's mostly water, like Dr. Emoto,
Yes.
or are we?
Yes.
Because either whether we're talking to the water, coconut is like a lot of water. So are you saying to kind of say a prayer before it and change the frequency of it, or that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you suggest somebody say? I mean, I would say for my highest and best good, and then eat it or drink it with all your food, everything. Um, does that make sense?
So like what you'd say is I wish to clean out the toxins and I wish for it to not be modified and then that's what the prayer is.
Okay, so that'll restore it to its original
Yes.
state in your body and okay. And I think this is something we probably should have a whole video on at some point is just understanding how we can take control of our bodies because it's almost like right now it's so hard to find any clean food. And there's a reason for that, but we won't get into that right now. But um so even with my coffee in the morning, because I don't metabolize coffee well, I will ask my coffee or command it to metabolize. Oh, you might be clearing something with that yawn there. And so just talking to your water, I know it sounds silly, but it literally is the way the universe is. It's not like a man-made, oh, this is just silly thing. We didn't create the universe, but if we don't learn the rules, how are we going to actually be better and so forth? So, okay, what's next?
Um, so they modified specific plants.
Okay.
So this is going to be one that we're going to be talking about. We're maybe going to talk about two extra, one extra. So the first thing is the snake plant.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And so they modified the snake.
Right there. Okay, keep going.
So they modified the snake plant to pick up the dust. If you don't know, snake plants like eat dust. Now they modified it to eat dust. And they also modified it at the same time. So whenever they eat dust, they will send out toxins into the air, which are which our body is sensitive to, like really sensitive.
Cool. So how would we like how do we overcome that? Because so many people, I have them in Connecticut and like they do grow based on the dust. So what are we going to do about that?
Um, so so they go right to your lungs, and when they're at your lungs, they'll literally suck out the water that you drink. So if you drink water before this, they'll suck it out and like the toxins will get rid of that water.
Okay, I got to wrap my head around this. Okay, so there's some process that takes place from how they're modifying certain plants that as it goes through the air, it's causing certain chemical reactions to happen, if I'm understanding this correctly. So what are we doing to combat that issue? Because like so many people have snake plants in their house. And what are they going to do about it? I know we're just letting people know they can do what they want about it. We can't cure the world's problems in this little show, but your information probably helps us think twice about things that are in the world right now. Right?
Mm-hmm. So the way that works is you can do a little meditation. You don't have to do anything. It's really short. Like you can do it right when you wake up. All you have to do in your mind is say clear, is literally just say, I wish to clear my lungs, and you'll get rid of the toxins, and it'll literally it will take out anything that the toxins are doing. So let's say if they like disintegrated water and took that, so the water goes inside the toxins. When the toxins disappear or disintegrate, the water would come back out.
So I'm just thinking most people in the world are not going to be like, a lot of people don't have time to be doing all of these prayers to detoxify everything. They'll just say, okay, I'm going to throw the plant away. How do we get to a point where I know we have to be mindful of everything right now. We absolutely do. We can't be going through life like we used to with our eyes closed, just on automatic pilot. That's not going to be acceptable anymore. So you're giving good information about different things, but it's almost like some people are going to trip out going, oh my God, everything around me is, so we have to keep trying to empower people. Would there be something that you would wake up with and have basically a blanket prayer for? because everything around us is toxified, right? So how would we, what go inside and see what kind of a prayer would cover a lot? Because I'm telling you right now, like, we
Like,
can't just throw everything out that we're around, carpeting has toxins in it, all that stuff. So how do we combat the problem in general?
so
Well,
like, what's the best prayer that gets rid of the most stuff?
I guess, I mean, because literally, I know you're going to tell me more stuff has been altered and toxified, that at some point we could spend just shows talking about those things, but we really need to figure out how to empower people. Like, informing them is one thing, but then we have to have a remedy on the other hand, right? So if you can come up with something, go inside and ask, like, what would be a healthy thing to say every day to try to put a bubble around yourself from the things that we ingest, that we breathe in, that we drink in, that our skin, which is the biggest organ on our body, pulls in. I think the other thing I like talking about a little bit is our own health when we are sick, and that kind of thing that irritates me is that we were never taught that our bodies need to detoxify, and it's not comfortable. Like every, 6 months or something or longer, if you're not intentionally detoxifying from stuff, it's going to do it for you. Your body will do it for you. It's a highly intelligent being that encapsulates our soul or our spirit. So, I mean, what do you think? What you got?
Um, so you would have to bring in, so for what your type of person is. Like, for example, I'm part Lyran.
Mhm. Okay.
So I would have to bring in the Lyran energy, which is really easy to do,
Okay.
and as well as everything else, because all you have to do is say, I wait. So this energy will, this
I'm
one
gonna think
part.
you're reptilian every time you do the little tongue thing. I know. I am some. Okay. And
All
Palladian and Arcturian and okay, go ahead.
right, so
I'm sorry, I caught you off track. Basically, we're talking about how to bring in. Now, Lyran is a type of being.
oh yeah, I look down
We have all this DNA that's related to other cosmic beings. Sorry if that's a wake-up call, but that's how it is.
So this was
The Lyran are the cat beings. Boop, boop. Look it up.
and so Lyran's in every single other one. Like kind of these people, can the energy of these types of people can be bring with one prayer. And all you have to say is, I wish to bring in my, mm, wait, I wish to bring in my best energy, and it'll bring in this energy, and it can clear out every single kind of toxin in your whole body, and clearing out lots of stuff, and clearing out all the toxins in a 10 feet radius around you.
And you didn't tell me this before? You've been holding out on me? Wow. Okay. All right. I see where we're at now. All right. So there, you got some good advice right there because I'm just getting overwhelmed going, everything is poison and what do we do about it? And I mean, he can tell you all day long what's got what in it, what percentage of this and that. And I'm just like, you know. Something we were all, oh, what was the last okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you keep going.
So the last thing about how the government is
What are you doing with that little lisp there? You're trying to be funny. I always try to be a showman. All right. No, let's stay focused so that they don't think we're a comedy show. A little comedy, but
all right. So
you want me to recap where we're at?
no,
The reason why, from what you told people, was I'm ready because we were gonna start talking about some dark entities. That's you don't you did you forget that already?
Yes.
The brain moves
No,
too fast.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, so the I'm ready was, oh my gosh, we're going to start talking about dark entities. Now, a while ago, I think it was back in December. This was a little scary, but he told me I had 5 or 4 or 5.
I think we should save this for a different video because it's going to be really long.
Well, I
And if
figured
the
we could
video
just,
is
we don't
already,
have to finish it all in one video. Don't forget. Like Twyla and I, we do a couple of videos. We go, okay, we have to stop here because this thing only goes for, 30 or
I
40
mean, I
minutes.
already spent 20 minutes, and this will
Okay.
be probably like a
All right.
30-minute talk. So,
All right, so but that was the I'm ready. We got our first I'm ready and okay, but we'll do that on the next video then. So that was the I'm ready comment. If you were ready to hear about what I didn't want us to talk about yet because, it's not everybody's ready about the dark entities, but the more we know about the dark entities and how things work in the universe, we can better prepare ourselves and understand why certain thoughts that we have can be counterproductive in our daily lives and how at night they can also work against us. Okay, so what's next?
oh, the next thing is a Saturn thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
So, Saturn was man-made. So before we bet we went back in time, like, so I might have to tell you all about this. She told me about this because I don't listen to stuff like this.
What?
About how we are from the future and
Oh, yeah, 2012 and the whole, oh my God, remember when I asked you that?
yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was a big bomb, but we didn't publish that video. That was your first one. And I asked, did we come back? Because I'd only heard 2 people say that, and I couldn't get the information myself because I had still too many blockages. And he said, yeah, that's true. Like 2012, we obliterated and came back from the future. And I was like, why is nobody talking about this? Very few people. Anyways, so
And so before we came back, before we went here, we actually before this, the government made Saturn to worship wait, can we say this on YouTube?
we can see.
Okay. Saturn is named after Satan and it was made to celebrate it. So literally Saturn was named after Satan and was like a celebration for it, for their victory.
Saturnalia.
Yeah.
Saturn, yeah. Yep.
And the ring around it is made of toxins in a 1,000 feet radius. Anything that comes near it, it will send out toxins that will wreck the DNA of any creature.
Man, I got goosebumps on that. Like I knew about Saturn a while ago, like when I was first awakened in 2020. Like I thought I was always awake. Oh no, that was just to my own, you know, trauma and healing and all that stuff. But 2020, whoo, I was busted wide open, awake. And so yeah, I learned a lot of that then, but not what you said about the planet itself. That's pretty cool. So when you say man-made, you say it's basically like in our future selves doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the government did it. The government
Of
made it.
of
Yeah.
then and coming back. Yeah, it's
Yeah, before we went back in time. Yeah.
okay.
All right, and I think that'll be enough for today.
Do you? Well, then you're gonna have to close out with either some dragon speak, some light language, maybe Lyran, or whatever you choose. But give us a beautiful closure and give us a message of love and hope because we're going through some rough times and to buckle up because it's not going to get any easier. But if you hang around with us and people like us, we'll get you through it. Right?
And so actually, I'm gonna do. So for the comments, so I said they are part dragon people. So I want to trigger that by doing dragon language. And so this may trigger anyone else, and if this does, or like trigger energy or something, or maybe even emotions or stuff like that. And what that means that you are also part dragon.
Ooh,
and so
I like that.
so this I'm gonna speak some dragon people language, and I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. India Shinka Dwang Dia Dwang Roja Zampang Zampang Yas Lamboy Zaba Yes Yankee Zampal Zambra Yambash Yanga. And this translates to with us lots of people that are dragon people eh, are ancestors of the old dragon gods. The old dragon gods, made this kind of species and now rule it. They like to help any people that trait this that are having a bad time. They try to send messages through any way they can to empower and to give hope to whoever this person is.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, so again, if you want to start the conversation, we have one person who boldly said, "I'm ready to talk about." I think it's time. It's like we're grown up enough now. A lot of people are wakened up now enough to understand the daily ins and outs of negative entities. We're not going to call them, well, I'm not going to call them demons. If you want to, that's up to you. But so we'll start those videos if others can also say I'm ready. Because we really didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there because he's 8. I still have to keep that in mind, but he has no fear and he knows all of this stuff. So, okay, anything else you want to leave our beautiful viewers with? I just want to thank you again for the beautiful comment from Maureen, and I was able to reply. Yay! So hopefully that problem's gone away. And let us know any other questions you have because it does help us stay focused because both of our minds wander. I mean, that's just the human part of us. So, okay, with that,
And
yes.
one thing before the next thing, so I want at least like 3 or 2 people to say I'm ready, and then we can probably talk about these negative entities.
Okay. All right. Well, we can't, I mean, we'll have to sort all that out because we do have one I'm ready. So if we can get another I'm ready, then
Yep.
otherwise we'll have to keep it really generic or a little less deep for Maureen because, you know, in all fairness, she did respond and say she was ready. So
Yep.
okay. So
And,
yeah.
and remember, if you think that anyone would like this, share this video. And if you like our channel, click subscribe. And if you like this video, um, like. And if you think that you would like any of our other videos, you can hit the notifications so you know when we're gonna upload again.
Wow. And I'm going to try to do other languages. I just heard I was doing that the other day, but I haven't seen it yet show up on our videos. So I'm still learning about that. But, you know, we could get some other viewers from other countries too. So we got the UK. So, yay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be doing some shorts too, because we realize a lot of people don't have a long attention span. We don't. Just being honest. But we love you and thank you so much. And we're doing our best to bring you information that helps. But I think as we get going, it's going to be more relevant information to what's happening right now. Like the very first video that he did was super, super informative, but it wasn't ready for publication. It was just okay. So love you all. Stay protected, stay wonderful, stay loving, and just ride it out. Ride it out. Okay. Love y'all.
Bye.
Go. The mouse. Ready?